Is it time to let Patrick Mahomes just let his wings fly and let him control it? And then you need to, and it's not working. But there's definitely not right when it comes to the communication and then the result of what you're seeing, because I don't like that audio from Andy.
I don't either, and I didn't like it yesterday, and I like it less as the morning moves on, quite honestly, because it's like it's frustrating because you're the coach. You need to call the plays. And if you think more hard runs need to be called, then you need to call more hard runs and stop giving Patrick Mahomes the option. Again, I relate it to my kids. You could either take out the trash or have this piece of chocolate cake. Well, what do you think they're going to do? They're going to go for the cake every single time. They're never going to take out that trash. And then when they do, they put it on the curb next to the can.
Mm-hmm. The can was full.
It wasn't. We had the conversation last night again. This was 2 months ago. Well, you said put it on the curb. Okay, do I have to give you every step of the way? Apparently I do. And so that's where Andy Reid is. Okay, I want you to run the ball here, but I'm going to give you that option just in case. Boom, throw. Okay, I told you to run the ball. Okay, now we've got to put in run the ball. Here's a run-only play. There's no option. So Andy has to get to that point now. As the leader, as the coach, you have to control the situation from the play calling standpoint. If it's not working and we're not seeing plays executed properly, we're not seeing plays finish properly, stop giving Patrick Mahomes the option. As the head football coach, you have to step in and say, there's no more RPO, there's no O. It's either an R or a P. There's no O anymore. Because the O ain't working.
No, the RPOs are working. You just need to run the ball specifically by itself more. RPOs are fine. Again, I think Mitchell Schwartz on his Twitter page went over it fine. They had 7 passes on the RPOs, that's 6 for 7, 5 yards. Few of them were first downs. Like, they were efficient with them. But again, you need more pure runs. You're right. And they do need to respect it. And you need to run the ball with more guys than just Kareem Hunt.
Absolutely. Like, can nobody else carry the football?
Rashard Smith's in the game. Everyone and their mother. All right, they're passing.
They're passing.
Yeah, like, what did Danon say? He said when you line up under center and you have Kareem Hunt 6 or 7 yards behind Patrick Mahomes, that's their best run play, and they don't do it.
They don't ever do it. Tyquan Thornton, you mentioned that. When he's in, he's running a deep route. Have him run a shallow route. Have him run an intermediate route. Like, if you want to have the most.
It goes back to the predictability.
Yes.
I mean, like, we didn't know that yesterday or the day before. And God, guys, the more we have talked about this and had people on the show over the last 5-6 hours that we've done of this show since the game ended, how many people are firing out there about the predictability stuff? Like, you just came off a bye. You should have used that Buffalo guy who said you're predictable and really did a deep dive into it. And now we come out of that Denver game and everybody in their brother's like, yeah, it's so predictable. We know what's coming. Even your own players are talking about it.
I don't know. Andy's comments just sound like a cop-out, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
That's what it sounded like to me.
Copying, like, explain more, like him just walking away from it. Like,
not addressing why he's not running the ball. He's dancing around it. What's the thing you said earlier? I didn't understand something about a rover or a dog.
Pavlov's dog.
Pavlov's dog, yeah.
He's doing the same thing when he gives responses to the media, like, well, we run RPOs and, we just maybe need to run some more hard runs. Okay, then what are you getting at? Are you calling those or are you not calling those? Or is Patrick shifting out of those plays?
I think it sounded to me like he had kind of an epiphany, if you will, at the end of that soundbite where he's like, well, maybe I just need to call more hard runs. And like he got there at the end of kind of talking himself through it. You talk yourself through things a lot. We do every day in life, multiple times a day. You talk yourself through situations. It was almost like, well, we're calling these, then he's going to the other. All right, I just got to call more hard runs.
We'll talk to Josh Briscoe at 8:25, and we'll get into what Binkley absolutely just bombarded everybody with into the restroom here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Nick Bolton, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you're waking up this morning and you're saying, man, I'd love to go play golf today. I'd love to rake the leaves. I'd love to do anything normal, but I can't because my ankle hurts, my knee hurts, my back hurts, my shoulder hurts, whatever it is, and you're in pain and you're thinking to yourself, I just don't know what to do. But you know what? Relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. It could come from you. QC Kinetics taps into your own body's regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair that damaged tissue, reducing inflammation and relieving the pain at its source. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story used by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. That's the freedom that QC Kinetics helps people rediscover every day. And this Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back. Vets will get $500 off their treatment, and every non-vet who starts care, QC Kinetics will give $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So book your appointments now. They're available on Saturday. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hey, Zach. Are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound. You hit slowdowns at the merge with 69 highway. Stays pretty heavy up towards Mission with an accident reporting. 169 highway southbound, heavy at the airport exit. Stays off again, on again, slow on to 35 southbound. 70 eastbound, heavy across the north side of downtown from 35 to 71. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
All right. So we talked about it earlier about the internet being down and all this. What is it? The Cloudflare?
Yeah, Cloudflare.
Yeah,
it's similar to AWS that went down a couple of weeks ago, we were told. We learned that in the men's room as well, I think, maybe. I don't know where we learned that.
Bob and I go to the
Text
bathroom
line.
in between
Okay.
the breaks, and Slim Fast walks in from Laszlo's show over on the Rock. And I just, joke and make a small talk. I say, you guys talking about the Chiefs' downfall over there? He goes, well, not yet. We did yesterday. So music station, they talk sports.
Right.
Just like you think that sports stations can't talk anything other than sports. Laszlo and Slim Fast are over there talking about it yesterday. Of course, they're in the city of Kansas City.
Yes,
It's
right.
big. Their listeners also enjoy sports as well. And then we're talking about the internet going down. And I know you know the Kool-Aid scene. Oh, yeah. Walking through the door. That was Binkley walking into the bathroom. And he says, and I quote, hey, this internet being down is jacking up my Hy-Vee app. I can't order my beer. It's a tragedy.
At 7:58 in the morning. So Bink is doing the midday show today from 10 to 2. More power to him. He's planning the rest of his day. He's hoping to have had the beer ordered so that when he gets home, that beer has been dropped off and mom has it on ice.
Yes.
And so when he gets home for Maction tonight, that beer is cold and that beer is ready to go.
Hell yeah.
But with this Cloudflare down, Hy-Vee is that's who they use. Their app went down. Binkley couldn't order his beer. Just imagine this gentleman bursting, as Dusty said, through the bathroom door. I mean, like literally kicking it down and complaining about the Hy-Vee app not working today because Cloudflare is down and he couldn't get his beer. And then he did. He called it a tragedy today.
Hey, this internet being down is jacking up my Hy-Vee app. Can't order my beer. It's a tragedy. I mean, if you want a man's man, there you go.
I mean, yeah.
Can't get my food? Not on the table. Can't get my supplies? Not on the table. Can't get my effing beer. It is a tragedy.
Right, yeah. Not the stuff I actually need to live.
Somebody
my beer.
says from the 816-7 a.m. beer orders. Have you met the guy?
Come on, man.
But I don't blame him for doing it. Sometimes you do that stuff
He's
ahead of
thinking
time. You order your groceries. It's there when you get home. You're going to be working all day. The last thing you want to do is after work have to worry about it. That's why Hy-Vee is great with their Aisles Online program as well. You could order your stuff anytime you want. With the Aisles Online, have it delivered at home, have it picked up at the store, whatever you want to do. Hy-Vee is wonderful for all of that. And so Binkley's gotten kind of in his routine where he's gotten the app. He's ready to go. He's ordering his food. He's going to work. He's going to get home. He's going to have dinner and his beer. And now the internet's down.
Yeah, it's
and Schefter can't tweet and Binkley can't order beer. We got a national crisis.
Binkley's got to be loaded tonight. There are 3 games on at 6 o'clock tonight.
Wait, 3 football games?
Yeah, you got Akron versus Bowling Green.
That's huge. Yeah, when those two teams get together, you throw the record book out the window.
Barn burner.
UMass, Ohio.
When those two teams get together, nobody watches.
And Western Michigan and Northern Illinois.
Kegs and eggs in football. Let's go.
I'm telling you what, you got to be some diehard to dial into
Yeah, let me
that.
tell you something. You're Bowling Green minus 3.5, Ohio minus 33.5, and you got the Western Michigan Ichabods. That's not actually who they are.
Are Western Michigan, are they the Catamounts? Or is that Vermont?
Broncos. Western Michigan Broncos, and they're favored by 6.5. Bob, you take all 3 favorites parlayed together, you got yourself 6-pack of cold ones.
Yeah, but they're not coming today because the internet's down.
Tragic.
Tragedy, the man said.
He's just coming to the bat. He's hoping you guys will listen. He
dude.
needs someone to hear about this.
Well, we just happen to be talking about it.
Yeah.
And it just, you can't make things up. Because Binkley was trying to order beer, and it just so happens 3 guys that are just hanging brain are talking about the internet being down, and it just perfectly matched.
It was like a perfect storm. The internet's down. I can't get my beer. What?
Somebody says, well, Jay does love chewing tobacco, football, and beer.
Damn right.
And
He does.
Hey, Ivy,
You
how
like
long
that
you
song?
been? Hey, Internet, how long you been out?
Okay. We have said many a time that Jay Binkley is the only guy we know that calls help desks, right? Like every time you turn around and you look out there, the man's on the phone with a help desk. Who are you calling? Is there an internet help desk that we can get him to call?
He's trying to figure out Elon Musk's number.
I mean, he'd call.
He's trying to get hold of this nerd, tell him to stop building rockets, and tell him to get this internet back to working so I can order my beer called Bottle Rocket.
What beer was he ordering today that he had to have? Is there a winter lager out from Sam Adams that he had to have?
Well, what you don't know is he already got the spring editions out, Bob, because come February, the spring beers are sold out. But luckily, nobody can order it because the internet's down, so there's a key to it.
816 says, Dusty, do something good today and get Bink his beer.
I will.
I mean,
right after the damn show.
So he's ordering Sam Adams Winter Lager or like Coors Light, right?
1,000,000%.
One or the other, because the fall beers are done. He's past that stage. He's on like to the Rogue Ales or the Mothers, all the dark beers, the Tall Grass, Buffalo Sweat, all that kind of stuff. Look at that man out there. That's a beautiful man sitting over there.
Could you imagine if I told him I go get his beer and I just got him a 6-pack of like Smirnoff Ice?
What would he do?
Hey, you take this, go shove up your ass.
I mean, look at this. Roll the beautiful Binkley footage, please. I mean, just a man.
Hey, well, man, don't think, just do, piss me off. Well, I don't think that.
I mean,
I was just always so hammered, I don't remember anybody else drinking. That game last night really pissed me off, to be honest with you. Boobs are great.
The internet's down.
This guy, you're a creep, dude. Hey, baby, how you doing?
Good luck following that one up, Josh Briscoe.
Well, I don't think that.
Oh, my God.
That's my favorite.
The internet is down. I can't order my beer. It's 7:30 a.m. Yeah.
Well, he's preparing, It's like you can put in your curbside to go order after the show and go pick it up and have it ready to go for you.
I don't blame him for doing it. It was just, I wasn't expecting that.
I mean, it's just, you gotta respect the man's grind, dude. Somebody needs to make a beer after Binkley.
They should. I'm surprised nobody's made a Binkley brew yet.
It's just called like Bink's Take, and then you don't know why it tastes the way it does. It'd be hoppy, that's for sure. You'd have to think.
He could call it Tank 69.
I mean, imagine if Hy-Vee picked up the phone and it was
football, energy drinks, beer, more football. Welcome to Bink at Night.
Hey, and welcome back to Bink at Night, as we like to do. We call it Monday Evening Quarterback with Kent Swanson. Kent, sorry about my voice, brother.
You're all right.
Doing
just fine, my friend.
Hey, man, what did you make of Mahomes yesterday? Was that his best performance ever?
It was probably his worst.
He's the first voice you hear 3 hours before kickoff and the first voice you hear after the final whistle.
Future Hall of Fame receiver, future Hall of Fame quarterback, being able to figure it out for the last half of the season.
Here's the new Chiefs Radio Network pregame and postgame show host, Josh Briscoe.
I'm not going to lie. I just texted our old boss, John Hansen, and I said, the internet's down, and Bink is livid that the Hy-Vee app isn't working, so he couldn't order his beer this morning. Like, you get that text from me if you're John, you go, yeah, I totally understand.
We go out to Josh Briscoe now. You heard the promo there. He's 3 hours ahead of he's the pregame show, 3 hours ahead of kickoff, and then you get the postgame show. Josh, I can only imagine, toughest postgame show you've done in quite some time?
Yeah, I mean, it certainly was not the vibe we were hunting for on Sunday. It felt like there was such an opportunity in that game for the Chiefs to kind of wipe away some of the sins of the first half of the season, and they added a couple more sins, and now we're talking about the wild card spot and a long road to the playoffs. It's very, very weird. I have never had an uncertain path to the playoffs in mid-November talking about Patrick Mahomes, I don't think.
Nobody has, and they haven't either, and that's why I'm so interested to see how they're going to handle this. I mean, they've never been in a situation, Josh, where their backs have been against the walls fighting for their season, right? Now, you had playoff games where you had to come back in and do all that kind of stuff, but I'm talking about like real legit pressure where you may not make it into the big dance. I am very interested to see how this team is going to handle pressure because, quite honestly, they don't handle adversity all that well.
Right. Well, that's kind of the fascinating thing is that obviously this team has won more win-or-go-home games than anybody else in the last decade and anybody since the Patriots collectively throughout those kind of split dynasties or however you want to set that up. So there's no doubt in my mind about what the Chiefs can do in those single-game playoff games, and obviously the Super Bowl was a disappointing in last year. But now, and I think that's what makes Sunday's loss so jarring or so frustrating, disappointing, whatever word you want to use to describe it, because, you know, the Bills lost in the regular season. We see that. We've got it 5 times now. That's the thing that happens. You got the bye week to recalibrate, and if you come out of the bye and you beat the Broncos in Denver, no easy task, but certainly doable. Mm-hmm. You beat the Broncos in Denver, and you kind of put everything back in front of you again. You can kind of control your own destiny the rest of the way. You can look ahead to the Christmas Broncos game as another option. And now that is all out the window. And all you can do, I guess, is truly, it's a cliche, but truly take it one game at a time, because any overlooking anyone the rest of the way, one or two bad losses are the end of the season. And again, that's just not a high wire act the Chiefs have had to walk with Mahomes and Reed.
So I saw your I think it was like your response or your quoted tweet yesterday of like the confused guy at the desk when you see the stats that don't like. Is this the most confusing Chiefs season you've ever been a part of?
I think so, because I think in a lot of ways they're better than they were last year on offense. And I don't even feel weird about that at this point, I guess, because I'm so used to the weirdness of Chiefs football. But last year, they had to grind through so many of those injuries and so many of the lost pieces, and it just felt like the offense was so far from what it was designed to be in training camp with Bryce and Hollywood and Pacheco. This year, they the offensive line to actual better place. The wide receiver room is.
All right, we'll figure out a way to get him back on through I guess the internet's down in his house, too. I guess he can't order his beer either.
Yeah, we'll get Briscoe back. We got a little time to deal with, but man.
So he was kind of talking about, and you guys were talking about the situation that they're in right now. And yeah, they've been in a lot of obvious backs against the wall must-win game situations, but they've never been where every single game the rest of the way is that must-win situation. They've never had to really turn it on before the postseason. I'm wondering if that's something that they're able to do with these final 7 games coming, because we've never seen them do that before. Do they have what it takes to really turn it on over these last 7 games of the regular season and get into the playoffs? Because they've never had to do that before, Yeah,
it's interesting. It's a different, I don't know, I don't want to say narrative, but it is a different, like Dana said, backs against the wall. Like, you have hardly any room for error.
Mm-hmm.
And he claims that if you do have one, it would be against the Cowboys because of the NFC team. Chargers 7-4, you're 5-5. There's your team. You'll play them again. You've got to think there's a possibility that their team's not going to be able to withstand the rest of the season because of all the injuries that do or that have added up to them. But we go back to Briscoe. Sorry, Briscoe, we lost you for a little bit. It was like Atlas, whatever that thing is in the sky, kind of innervating through the airwaves. But you were talking about this season being kind of a confusing one because the offense is better than last year's, but yet the record is not the same.
Right, and even these last couple of weeks, the process has been as stuffy as it was at times last year. That the Lions, Raiders, Commanders games just feel so long ago now, when the offense did seem to indicate that adding all of those pieces, improving the O-line and improving the wide receiving room, that was going to show us a new iteration in the second half of the season, especially when Rice came back. So I know we were optimistic then, and I know the results were good there. I do still think, and I don't know, maybe I'm ever an optimist here because Patrick Mahomes is this team's quarterback, and that means good things. But the season isn't over, but all of the easy paths are gone now. And so you have no choice but to do it the hard way, and that's the rest of the season. That would be doing it the hard way in the playoffs. And I do think there is still a world where you go, oh, okay, they are still going to figure out how to use Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy and Travis Kelce as their 1, 2, 3 in a more consistent way down the stretch. But obviously, there's just no more room for error. You can't stumble around and figure that out on the fly against Indy because they're too good. And if they beat you and you're 5-6 going to Thanksgiving, you have even less margin for error and need even more help. So it's just going to be one of those fine line seasons the rest of the way, which is obviously a very uncommon thing for us here.
You made the comment, Josh Briscoe, that you feel good because Patrick Mahomes is your quarterback, and normally I would say, yeah, I totally agree with that. But are we getting to the point though where Patrick Mahomes is getting too frustrated that he is trying to do things that even he's not capable of doing? Like Andy talked about it yesterday. A lot of those R's turned into P's, and they got to start doing more hard runs and whatnot. So, I mean, yeah, you want Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback, but are we sure that Patrick Mahomes is going to do those right things and not continue to try to force a square peg into a round hole at times?
I mean, for all intents and purposes, yeah, I will not waver in my confidence in Patrick Mahomes. I think that's going to keep being winning money there. I do think you can kind of look at the individual things. He wasn't perfect by any means, or he wasn't blameless against Denver, and I don't know that anybody was. On any side of the football, all three phases had their issues. And Mahomes, if he hits some of those deep shots early on, the tenor of the game changes. But I also think that Patrick Mahomes is the reason that we're talking about, well, yeah, they're 5-5 in mid-November, but if they're a wild card team, everyone's going to be terrified of them. That's just not something that happens without Patrick Mahomes. You can also, I think, still point the finger fairly and say, yeah, when he does start to press a little bit, we've seen that throughout his entire career. He talked about that. I think it was either after it would have had to have been after the Bills game, or maybe it was Wednesday this week. I can't remember. Sometime it's between the Bills and Broncos games. He talked about being able to kind of settle himself back down and all of that. When things start to fall apart a little bit, I do think you can see Mahomes trying to put on the Superman cape because he's one of very few players in the sport who can be Superman. That's just not a way you want to live all the time. And I think that's something like to the RPO thing and that specific Andy Reid clip. I understood what he was talking about, where he's not saying there, to my ear at least, he's not saying, oh yeah, Mahomes was throwing it when he should have been handing it off. He was saying that's an RPO, and he saw the pass read on that, so he threw the ball. I do still think that this team should be running the ball from under center more. That's where Kareem Hunt has been better. That's where the offensive line has looked the most comfortable in the running game. Mm-hmm. So I do think you want to make things easier on Patrick Mahomes. I think that's Andy Reid's probably his number one job the rest of the way, is how can you take a little bit of that burden of Mahomes' shoulders so you don't get to the point where you're pressing. But when there's a moment where you need a play to be made, I am still more than happy to take Patrick Mahomes over anybody else.
Absolutely, but we have to limit those moments where plays need to be made. He doesn't have to think that he has to go out there on every single play and throw a 75-yard pass. That's why I hated the beginning of the game. I thought the beginning of the game was some of the worst play calling I've ever seen Andy Reid do. You got Rashee Rice going really early, and then you're launching 3 bombs right away, and then you're punting, and you're not giving your team a chance to, when you do stuff like that. They have got to be more diligent and get back to basics and legitimately running the football, because nobody respects it. Everybody that we've heard from this week has called this team predictable. People know what's happening right now. Nobody respects the run, and if nobody respects the run, they're just going to drop everybody back in the pass, and then Patrick Mahomes is going to have to try to play Superman. It's going to fail.
I totally agree with the last 80% of that. The nitpicky thing that I've gone back and forth with, because I also have that feeling of well, the deep ball's not landing most of the time. Is that a good way to spend your first drive? If Mahomes gets that ball to Xavier Worthy just into his fingertips instead of just beyond them, we are talking about how awesome it is for the Chiefs to come out and have fireworks to start a football game again. I really do think on some level that we just are thirsty for a Chiefs offensive effort that has a rhythm, that does have a quick strike, that can lean on an opposing defense and find success truly in any form. I really do think that's what this boils down to. If they run the ball well and opposing defenses go, okay, we are going to respect the running game, and that's going to make life easier for Mahomes and Kelce and Rice, that's the way I'd like to see them live. If they would have connected on those deep shots that were near misses, it would have felt like the Chiefs came into Denver, threw an absolute haymaker, and then said, all right, Bo Nix, play catch-up the rest of the game. I think that makes sense. I think that works out wonderfully if those passes connect, but if doesn't give you points. So I do think I want to see the ceiling of the offense still trying those deep passes. I want to see the vertical passing game be something that they're able to do. But I think you want to raise the floor by being able to rely a little more on some of those running game scenarios where you should be running the football on those looks that you're getting. And obviously, this is another compounding thing. You can point the finger any direction you want on it. But the only guy with a designed run in Denver was Kareem Hunt. So losing Isaiah Pacheco, even having Elijah Mitchell and Brashard Smith out there and not doing the Clyde call-up against Denver, whatever, all of that led to the Chiefs really only having one running back that they seemed comfortable handing the football to. And Brashard Smith was open if he would have settled down on that third down incompletion too. So maybe, I don't know. They don't seem totally confident in that running back room to do all the things they typically want running backs to do. I do think you've just got to lean on Kareem Hunt in the meantime because it was working. But also, I will say, he was scraping himself off the field the time he got the football. Or I think Kareem Hunt's given you almost everything he can, and the Chiefs still unfortunately need a little more.
If they're not comfortable with the running backs, that's on them. They need to look in the mirror.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm on the last one here for you, Josh Briscoe. I'm on the side of F it with the whole everybody's got to eat, and maybe it should just be best players got to eat because I think Tyquan Thornton needs to play more.
I tweeted this during the game. The Tyquan Thornton season never ended for those of us who believed. I was so happy to see him connect there. And he's been really good, not just at giving Mahomes a chance downfield, but being able to come back to the football and make Mahomes right that way in a way that was not his calling card in New England. And obviously nothing was his calling card in New England because they just decided to part ways. And this renaissance has really, really worked out. Like, this is a top 10% outcome for Tyquan Thornton after signing to the Chiefs practice squad last fall or early winter to be in this position now. I would absolutely like to see him continue to get the football. And I think the whole everybody's got to eat thing, really, it did have an unfortunately short lifespan because at this point, anybody's got to eat. Like that, I really don't care who it is. And so I think that the acronym and everything can hold steady. And when Matt Nagy talks about, he's mentioned multiple times, like, we got all these guys. Hey, Tyquan Thornton, his role's gotten smaller, but he's been good. So I was like, well, yeah, maybe increase that role back up again. I would like to see the offense get back to the idea that it's going to run through Rashee Rice a little bit more. That was kind of the theory of this offseason and even in the first 6 weeks when he wasn't out there. So I thought we'd see a heavier dose of Rice at this point. Obviously, he did not have a very good game in Denver for his standards either, but I am absolutely signing up for more Tyquan Thornton snaps and more Tyquan Thornton targets for that matter. And I just, if the offense is moving, I really don't think I am going to care one bit who's at the top of the receiving box score by the end of the game. You just have to find that rhythm offensively. If it's Thornton, great. If it's Rice or Worthy, great. If it's Noah Gray and Hollywood Brown and Juju Smith-Schuster someday, I'll take it. But right now, you just have to find whatever's on the table for you as an offense. The Chiefs just 2 weeks in a row, or I guess 2 games in a row, it's just looked a little bit too difficult as an offense. It's been a herky-jerky unit that way, and they need to find a little bit of rhythm. Easier said than done, and it's not going to get a whole lot easier on Sunday.
Briscoe, enjoy the noon start and kicking Mac out of his fantasy football window to give him a chance to go watch the game as you guys will switch roles on Sunday. So we appreciate the time, and I'm interested to hear how you plan on them stopping Jonathan Taylor.
Mac, it sounds like if you want to come in and help do the post-game show, I'll do it if they win. If they lose, though, you can get a couple reps. I'm down. My record is 5-5, not including the preseason. I am wondering if I'm the problem.
No, you could be. Not a chance. Not a chance. Yeah, like I was the problem that they lost the Super Bowl, clearly, right? So here we are.
That's what I said. That's what I was tweeting on my burner.
Briscoe, we appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, fellas.
You got it. That's Josh Briscoe there on the other side. The end of an era that I hope is not true. We'll discuss next on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear former Chiefs linebacker Derek Johnson every Monday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, guys, there is a great store in downtown Overland Park called Newton James, and it is going to get you the best clothing you can find in Kansas City. I'm absolutely in love with the store and in love with a lot of the clothes that they have in there because they can make you look good from the boardroom to the golf course and everything in between. If you're looking for that perfect suit, if you're looking for that perfect casual outfit, you can find all of that at Newton James. And they've got all the classic heritage brands from the U.S. and the United Kingdom as well. I've gotten some new jeans, some new pants, some new shoes, a new sweater sweater out there at Newton James, and every time I go in there, I'm just impressed by the selection that they have. It's an unbelievable selection in downtown Overland Park at 80th and Metcalf. And I'll tell you what else has been great for me, for my self-esteem as well. Finally showing me that I can wear clothes that I never thought I'd be able to wear before. And, battling that weight my whole life, going into Newton James, making myself feel like $1 million was the coolest thing to happen. And the clothes are awesome as well. So you need to check them out in downtown Overland Park at 80th and Metcalf. Like I said, they've got jeans, they've got dress pants, they've got suits, they've got button-downs, they've got golf attire. Everything that you could possibly need to look your best and feel your best can be found at Newton James. So get on down to 80th and Metcalf in downtown Overland Park and check out my friends over at Newton James.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses, plus an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is coming to Missouri on December 1st. Pre-register today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offers subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gambling Commission registered for a Missouri online sport wagering account starting 11/17. BetMGM's insurance of welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
If you're 55 or older and into that whole saving money thing, T-Mobile has an exclusive phone and internet bundle just for you. Right now, get 2 unlimited phone lines plus 5G home internet for just $30 each per month with AutoPay, plus taxes and fees. And with 5G home internet, setup is easy with just one cord and no technician needed, which is great if you're also into that whole keeping it simple thing. Switch now and experience the best mobile network in the U.S. Visit your local store to start saving. T-Mobile, it's better over here.
Based on analysis by Ookla of speed test intelligence data Q4 2024 to Q1 2025, Ookla trademarks used under license. Unlimited on our network. Customers on voice plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using more than 50 gigs a month due to data prioritization. Video streams and SD on this plan. Home internet pricing after $20 in monthly bill credit plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. See 5G device coverage and access details at T-Mobile.com.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte, get festive with an iced gingerbread chai, or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte, get festive with an iced gingerbread chai, or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Around here, we've got each other's backs. When it comes to health insurance, we want that same kind of support. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City gets that. They're from around here too. Backed by the national strength of the Cross and Shield, they help you make confident choices, no matter where you are. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas City. From here, for wherever you are. That's the benefit of blue.
Another summer has ended, and you may have noticed that your energy is lower, your workouts aren't as productive, perhaps you aren't sleeping as well and feel foggy all the time, maybe even your sex drive is off. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're experiencing some or all of these symptoms, it's likely you have low testosterone. And if that's what's going on with you, don't wait. You need to call us at Heartland Men's Health and get treated for your low T, because living with low testosterone is no way to live. With our low T treatments, if you're like most guys, your life will change considerably. Improved sleep, better energy, greater gains in the gym, better mental clarity, and your sex drive will likely improve as well. Plus, most men see these results in just a few weeks. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes PSA and T-test and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Chiefs coverage sponsored by Renner Garage Door. RENNER forward and back.
Hey, it's almost Andy Reid. Who knew a Halloween costume would change my life and lead me to Renner Garage Door? Renner's KC's go-to team for service, repair, and replacement.
RENNER, RENNER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 435 southbound heavy from Midland down to Shawnee Mission Parkway with an accident. 35 northbound slow from 67th up to 635. 70 eastbound heavy from 18th Street Expressway to the bridge. And then Missouri side, 169 highway southbound very slow crossing the bridge and into downtown onto 35 to 12th Street. Alan Card, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Get into a little bit of Royals news here real quick, and then we'll get into some news that broke my heart yesterday that I sent you guys, because big supporter of it.
I mean, you sent that yesterday, and then it was like boom, boom of two more that were gone.
Algorithm.
Well, no, but just to show you that like that industry may not be where you want to put your money.
Yeah, it stinks. Speaking of something where the Royals might put their money is with Michael Garcia. He tweeted last night, "I just want to play."
Yeah, did he? Is he ready to go?
Got the pink hair.
Yeah.
As well, as they have opened up discussions about signing him long term.
Mm-hmm.
Still has 4 years left of arbitration. Not something that you need to get done right now, but you might if he has a similar year to this year where he won gold at third base and was your second best player on your roster, depending on where you want to rank that, whether it was him or Vinny Pasquantino. Obviously, Bobby at the top, but you got to build around him, and you want to build, the connection and the camaraderie around your superstar, and Michael Garcia seems to fit that playing at third base and also being a protective bat in the lineup.
Yeah, I was told over the weekend that the Royals are moving in that direction. They've opened contract negotiations with Michael Garcia, and again, is 4 years of arbitration left or whatever it is. There's no rush, but it's a great sign by this Royals team and by this ownership group to say, yeah, we're stepping up and we're putting our money where our mouth is. We're going to continue to keep our good players here in Kansas City. I mean, I think the biggest thing about all of this is like fans, are you realizing, or some starting to realize, like, this is not your David Glass Royals anymore? This is not the same loser team that was here for 25 years when Glass owned it, saved a couple of years. Like, they are moving forward, and they are going to operate like a big boy organization with John Sherman as the steward of this organization. And I know David Glass signed a couple of guys, extra money and whatnot, and bought them out of their arbitration years and that kind of stuff, but never really signed anybody long-term other than Mike Sweeney, right? He didn't have those long-term guys under David Glass. And then Alex Gordon at the end, they finally gave a contract to and whatnot. But this is not your David Glass Royals. This is John Sherman's Royals. And I really love this because you identify players that you feel are good for your team and that are doing good things, and you pay them. Shocker. Take care of people that do good work for you. It's amazing what happens when you do stuff like that, right?
No doubt.
And they play better, and you take the pressure off of, a guy like, Michael Garcia, where that's not hanging over your head. And so I love the fact that they've opened contract negotiations with him, and, maybe Vinny will be next, but, Bobby's your best player, Vinny's your heart and soul, and Michael Garcia is just another great player that you want in your lineup, and you don't let good players leave and walk out the door. And I love John Sherman's approach to all of this.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand why anybody would be against this,
right?
Because I remember what was it like? We had we were gonna do the conversation, but we held it. We tabled it. I guess you could say tables. But it said, who do you want to see them extend first, Vinny Pasquantino or Michael Garcia?
Yeah, it could be both,
and it could be. And I would think that would be a question that would, kind of really pull at the heartstrings of Kansas City Royals. Like if you could sign one, Michael or Vinny. I would think, and this is just my personal belief, I would think because of the personality that he has presented it would probably be Pasquantino,
No
but I
doubt.
think it would be close.
Yeah, no doubt it would be Vinny, but I don't think we're in that spot. Remember, that was the Beltran-Sweeney deal years ago, right, with glass, and that's why I say we don't have a glass ceiling here, right? We have a Sherman ceiling, and it's a lot higher than that glass ceiling. And the glass thing was we got Beltran or Sweeney. We can't sign both. We got to take one or the other. I don't think they're operating that way here anymore, and that's a great thing for all of us. Yeah, we'll sign Michael, we'll sign Vinny, we'll sign Bobby, we'll sign everybody we want because we want to win.
You've also got to think of, are you going to go get a player in your lineup? Like I know that Passon had wrote on ESPN that Gleyber Torres was a name that was heating up around local talks with Kansas City. Are you going to get all three of those guys? So, I mean, again, and you don't have to do all of them like right now. That's the luxury of it because of the control that you have with Garcia and with Vinny. I believe you have 3 more years of control with Vinny Pasquantino.
And they gave themselves really a situation where they have to go out there and do this as well because they told Bobby, we're going to continue to invest in this ball club, and they gave him all those opt-outs. And you don't want him to look at those opt-outs and say, we're not doing anything. We're not surrounding him with anybody. No, they're busting their ass. If they can get Gleyber Day here, that would be fantastic to play second base and give you a kind of a veteran stick in that lineup. And then you still need to go out and get an outfielder. You still have to go out and do that. So there's a lot of good things happening with the Royals right now.
No doubt about it. Something happened yesterday. We were told, and it was announced that Freddy's is filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah. And then later on in the day, Arby's is shutting down restaurants and Hardee's is closing restaurants as well. I don't think the fast food industry is where you want to be right now, like baseball with the Royals.
Yeah, Freddy's franchise M&M Custard declares bankruptcy. So certain locations will, because there's a Freddy's right by me, and I always have the discussion, what's the better option? Do you go Freddy's or you team Culver's?
Yeah.
And then you also have like the little niches that come with every restaurant. Like you love the Whataburger spicy ketchup, right?
Yep.
Freddy's sauce.
Freddy's
is a staple.
fry sauce. During COVID, I don't know, man. People were
Nails, dude.
finding that and stocking up on that kind of stuff during COVID, right?
Breaks my heart, man. I love Freddy's.
I mean, but this is the fast food industry. You and I were talking about it before the show, and you said, this is why places like 3rd Street Social have opened up or whatnot, because people don't want what we used to have anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
People aren't sitting in a fast food drive-through to spend $12 or $15 on something you can go have a sit-down meal and have relatively the same price and twice the quality of what you're going to get through a drive-through. So I'm not surprised by any of this. This is kind of what happens as, time marches on. We change our tastes. We change what we like. We change what we enjoy. People evolve. And boy, it sure seems like this fast food industry right now, Dusty, is headed down a path of no return,
Yeah, the operator of over 30 locations across Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Kansas, Missouri, and Tennessee, and the filing, M&M Custard listed $5.2 million in assets and approximately $28 million in liabilities. The company, based in Overland Park, Kansas, was founded in 2010. And it opened its first location 2 years later in Jefferson City. The second store opened soon after in Sedalia. So it is local. I didn't know that until yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I thought they started in Wichita, though.
OP, baby. Freddy's, dude.
Great food, but, this is where the life is going, man. So they're going to have to bottle a lot of that fry sauce, along with that Whataburger spicy ketchup. You keep that on the shelves at Hy-Vee, I'll buy it all the time.
Chicken and pickle closed?
I didn't know
What?
that.
Somebody says on the 913 Chicken and Pickle closed also.
Wait, no.
No way, dude.
Chicken and Pickle didn't close.
I thought it was thriving.
Chicken and Pickle's packed every time you go in there.
I thought it was doing just fine. Man, because I gave Mac the fat guy special order at Freddy's. Just the classic double steak with the chili cheese fries, no onion. It'll put you in a coma, but you only eat that like once, maybe twice a year. You had a rough day, Chiefs lose to the Colts. You know what I'm getting on Monday morning after the show? Hy-Vee beer. I'm kidding. God, dude, Freddy's is so good.
So good.
I don't want to see it go because there is a Freddy's literally right by my house, and I just really wish it stays there. Now, I know not all locations will close, but you got to think that's not good to see.
No, it's not. It's not good for that entire industry. I mean, a lot of kids have their first jobs at these fast food restaurants, and they're losing the opportunity. Well, they were putting robots
Freddy's is
in
just
there
so
anyway,
precise and clean.
Yeah,
man.
well, you knew you were going to get again. They're not all closing, but they filed for bankruptcy. Hardee's closed 26 locations yesterday up in Minnesota. I saw the story on, and then Arby's is shutting down 300 stores or something. They just released those meat pillows too.
Yeah, somebody says Steak and Shake better than Freddy's. Disagree.
Is Steak and Shake still open?
Still a thing.
Yep.
It is.
That was my second job, I think.
Steak and Shake,
my
because
first
there
real
used to be
job.
one here. It's gone now.
Did you call it a half and half tea and lemonade, or did you call it a tea regular and sweet, or did you call it a cut tea?
Half. Arnold Palmer.
Well,
But Arnold Palmer's.
Oh, you're
some
saying,
people do
yeah,
half regular, half sweet.
Oh, half, yeah.
Went to Freddy's one time, and the guy goes, "Yeah, so I got one cut tea." I was like, "I don't know what that means." He's like, "Well, half regular, half sweet." I was like, "Yeah, half and half tea."
Half tea.
Yeah, so I got one cut tea. I was like, "Again, okay, fair enough." So I don't know if I just didn't know the lingo. But yeah, you can get up to 5 patties on a Freddy's burger. My God.
Jeez. Binkley just left.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, their app's down.
Their app's working. He's out there.
Coming up on the other side, we'll get to Start Bench Cut, brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow. Get in the know with Jay's Southland Tow. We do Start Bench Cut on the other side of 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, my friends over at QC Kinetics want to help you feel better and get back to doing life the way you want to do it, on your terms, your way, doing the things that you love. And a lot of the times you're probably thinking, I don't know that I want to deal with pain pills and surgery and all that. But what if I could tell you relief and living your life again is not with surgery, it's not with pain pills, and it's not from a scalpel, but it could come from you. And that's where QC Kinetics taps into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair that damaged tissue, relieving inflammation and relieving pain at its source. Not science fiction, it's your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. So don't mask the pain. Let QC Kinetics regain what the pain took away. And for Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back. Vets will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-vet who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So get your appointment booked now. They're available on Saturdays at QC Kinetics, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. All 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Guys, you've heard of TRT, but you have no idea what testosterone can do for you. Once you start treatment, you'll wish you'd done it sooner. All the guys I know go to Synergen X and Low T Center for their TRT needs. The TRT test is free, not hundreds of dollars. The test is pure, not compounded. Guys feel full of energy, not like they're still waiting for it to kick in. So get in now for your free TRT test. No appointment necessary before 10 a.m. or book ahead at fixmylowt.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larter, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, now streaming, only on Paramount Plus.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get 5 quarts of Valvoline full synthetic motor oil, a Wix filter, and a $15 gift card after rebate at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, 35 northbound, still some lingering slowdowns from Johnson Drive up past 635 with earlier problems. 70 eastbound, off again, on again, slow from 18th Street Expressway towards the bridge with ongoing construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station. Here's Fescoe, Dusty, and Mac with this week's edition of Start, Bench, Cut.
Yeah, baby. 9 o'clock, a way to kind of go full circle throughout the show where you can go start, bench, cut. Feel free, 913-586-7965. Send us yours. We just told you about the company that owns Freddy's filing for bankruptcy. Doesn't mean that all the stores are going to shut down. It just means the company is.
No, it means the company's going to reorganize.
Yeah, so
we know about that.
Yeah. Here's the deal. Somebody says, sorry, Chicken and Pickle's not closed. It was closed one day for charity. Yeah, I was going to say, trust me, I think it's thriving.
And they do a great charity work in Kansas City and all over where they have their locations, too. They're the biggest givers for a lot of places in town. They do an unbelievable job, man. We're lucky to have them based here.
Yeah. So, start, bench, cut. Freddy's fry sauce, spicy ketchup from Whataburger, McDonald's sweet and sour.
I'm going to start the spicy ketchup. I'm going to bench the sweet and sour, and I'll cut the fry sauce. That sweet and sour is just money in the bank.
I know, you guys are sweet and sour lords. It's good. I'll start the fry sauce, Whataburger, though, spicy ketchup, and I'll cut the McDonald's.
All right.
Yeah, I'm a big sweet and sour guy from the Golden Arches. It's good on everything, even on the fries. We go to head coaches for this year. Who do you want leading your team the rest of the way? Sean McVay, Andy Reid, Mike Vrabel.
Well, I'm going to keep this pretty simple. Andy Reid, start. Sean McVay, bench. Mike Vrabel, cut. 3 Super Bowls, 1 Super Bowl, no Super Bowls. I'll take that every day of the week.
I'll take the question from what I've seen this season and what I've seen this season. I'll take McVay, Vrabel, and then Andy Reid. But you're right, Bob. If we're talking for the rest of the year, there's no question. I'm not just going to jump ship from 11 games, 10 games.
Jump what?
Ship.
Okay. Well, I heard something different.
You never know with these two in your show now.
Turn up my hearing aid.
The horses are coming. Hey. We go with the best teams, I think, in the top 3 of the NFL right now. Rams, Eagles, Colts. Start, bench, cut.
I'll go that order.
Same.
Yeah. I'll go that order.
Yep.
Will all 3 be at Max Pack? Find out tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. Tease.
We go to the second tier of the good teams in the NFL. Broncos, Bills, Bears.
I'll start the Bills, bench the Broncos, cut the Bears.
Who had the Bears leading the AFC North going into Week 12. 7-0 against teams that are below 500.
Yeah, so what?
0-1 against teams that have a winning record.
0-3 against teams, right?
Yeah.
Hey, so what? You play who you play, man.
Right.
I hate to keep beating the dead horse
It's
on this one.
It's about progression, and Ben Johnson and the Caleb Williams progression is happening.
Yeah, it's good. This is
they
a really
came back
good
and
step.
won that game on Sunday.
It's a really good step for them. I'm excited about where they're at. They are, they're probably the worst 7-3 team in my memory, maybe the Steelers a few years ago. So this is Bills, Broncos, Gap, Bears.
Yeah, the Bears have to prove it. Who do they have this week? Is it a big one?
I think it is a good game.
Is it Detroit? Because Thursday nights, Bills and Texans.
They do have 3 NFC North games in a row. I do
Bears
remember
play
that.
the Steelers at home this weekend.
It's the Vikings that have that then.
Yeah, just guess a team. Let's fine.
Oh, and then Friday, on Black Friday, the Bears play at 2 p.m. against the Philadelphia Eagles.
That's a good one, yeah.
And
How
then they've
about
got
that?
the Packers. Their next 3 games are Steelers, Eagles, Packers. All right, we'll see what the
How
Bears
about-
are
we'll see
really
what
made of.
How about next week's Thursday, Friday slate? Chiefs, Cowboys at 3:30. Packers and Lions at noon.
Oh, that's a good one at noon.
Chiefs, Cowboys at 3:30.
Smash.
This one sucks. Ravens and Bengals.
Yeah, they need to punt that game.
And then Friday is
What do you
Bears.
mean, why? When you schedule at the beginning of the year, it's Burrow versus Lamar Jackson in prime time. Yeah.
Bears, Eagles at 2 p.m.
That's great.
So Mac and Drew will be filling in on Friday after Thanksgiving, and that'll be like right at the end of your guys' like kind of close to like you'll be getting
No,
home. and doing
we're
your
8
thing.
to 11.
Oh yeah, you're doing 11.
We're 8 to 11. Yep.
And then there's 11 to 2, and then Carrington's 2 to 5.
That's exactly right.
Should be fun. We go with quarterbacks this year. Who do you want? Start, bench, cut. Drake May, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
I'm still going Mahomes. I'm benching Allen, cutting May.
Same.
Okay. Somebody said on Twitter, do you hold or sell Drake May stock right now in cards? Hold and buy.
Yeah, you're not selling right now.
No,
Too early to sell. If he wins MVP, then you sell. At least I would.
Yeah, I don't hate that. It's a good call.
Because he could come back next year and be total dog poop. Especially if Josh McDaniels gets another opportunity to coach in the NFL as a head coach, which this league is so dumb, filled with dopes as owners. They probably would give that guy a third shot.
Start, bench, cut. Final wild card spot in the AFC. Jags, Chargers, Chiefs.
Start the Chiefs, bench the Jags, cut the Chargers.
Yeah. Yeah, before last week I would have said Chiefs, Chargers, Jags, but the Jags just beat the whole crap.
I mean, yeah, the Chargers were traveling east. It was an easy win for the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yep. So that's the order there.
We go back to the Freddy's conversation we had earlier. Freddy's fries, Culver's fries, Arby's fries.
What kind of Arby's fries? The curly fries? All right, then I'm going to start the curly, bench the Culver's, and get rid of the Freddy's.
Ooh.
I think I'm going to start Arby's, bench Freddy's, cut Culver's.
See, I just think the Freddy's
You don't like
fries
the crinkle?
stink.
The crinkle in that little pocket?
I do. I love it all.
I love the crinkle, but the Freddy's fries,
don't
you
like
got
the
like a whole
Freddy's.
handful. It's just, I don't like those kind of short,
Thin, crispy.
fry.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not
That's
my
fair.
fry. I want a hearty fry. I like a waffle. I
know
like
Hardee's.
a Hardee's. Yeah, I like a waffle fry. I like a
I didn't put
crinkle
waffle
cut
fry because you'd have leaned into
yeah,
that one. And been,
but I like
it
the curly
holds more.
fry. It does, and the Freddy fries. I mean, you need to have like 6 at a time and scoop. Like it's more of a thing to just eat the sauce than it is for the actual fry. Take the sauce away from Freddy's. Are you still going with the fry?
That's a good point.
See, that's what it is. It's a vehicle to eat the sauce.
Mm-hmm. Today is National Apple Cider Day.
Oh, thank God.
So do you apple cider, hot chocolate, or hot tea? Hot tea is underrated. It's a pain in the ass to order at a restaurant, so never order at a restaurant because you've been there.
Why is it a pain in the ass? Just pour the hot water and bring me a tea
Because
bag.
hot water doesn't come out fast.
Out of the coffee pot, though.
We don't do it that way. There's a hot water spout. You have to pull it, and you have to fill up like, at least we did this at the place I was at. You had to fill up like a hot tea kettle. Then you had to fill up the hot tea cup. Then you had to get a lemon, figure out what hot tea flavor they wanted. Then they were like, do you have any honey? Of course, it's a restaurant. There's honey somewhere.
Right.
You have to bring it all out. Meanwhile, you're just everywhere.
Yeah,
And
you
you're
got
like, this
6
damn
other
hot
drinks
tea.
and the food coming out. I'm like, dude, I got
But it's great at the house.
No, I drink hot tea a lot. It's
Especially
for
when
my
it's cold.
throat and the voice and all that. So I'll start the hot tea, bench the cider, and cut the hot chocolate. I guess I don't know. I probably should have started the cider, but
I'll
did that
start
about 12 years ago.
I'll start the. Man, this is tough. I'm realizing how much I like hot tea. I'll start hot tea. I'll bench hot chocolate, and I'll.
You're
cut
an
cider.
Earl Grey guy, aren't you?
Oh heck yeah,
I
baby.
love Earl Grey
Do
tea.
you?
Yes.
See, I like
Oh.
peppermint tea. Peppermint tea
Solid.
is really
Solid.
good for the voice and for the throat. It kind of opens it up a little bit. Get the snot out of there.
Yeah, because I was the throat goat last year, and
That's right.
I had to do the hot toddies, right?
Yes.
And it's awesome. And I have lemon juice in my fridge year round. I have honey. There's like a local.
Try the hot honey in that tea.
Ew. I have a honey that I got from this place downtown in Lee Summit, and it is honey that was made in barrels that were used to make whiskey.
Oh, so you're supposed to have local honey because that's supposed to keep the allergies away.
Oh, interesting. That's kind of cool.
No doubt. The throat show for me today. That's
Right.
not good. That's got to stop.
You can't say that.
The throat show.
Yeah.
Not good. Somebody says start bench cut because I've seen them on TV. Christmas Vacation, Home Alone, It's a Wonderful Life.
Home Alone, Christmas Vacation, It's a Wonderful Life. I could alternate the top two, but those are the two best Christmas
Although,
movies for me.
Wonderful Life, Home Alone.
I will start Home Alone, bench It's a Wonderful Life, and cut Christmas Vacation. Because every year, I've told you this 100 times. It's both Home Alones on Christmas night, finished by It's a Wonderful Life. Found out today that yesterday was.
You skip Home Alone 3?
I do like Home Alone 3. Actually,
okay.
Yeah,
I think I've watched that maybe once.
it's not bad. I mean, it's not great. It's not a good movie, but it's the best one after. Like they've done like 4 or 5, whatever it is. But Scarlett Johansson's in that movie, by the way.
Home Alone 3?
Mm-hmm. She's like, I think like 13. Alex D. Miz, I think, is the actor that plays the kid that's Home Alone.
Do they call him Kevin still in Home Alone 3?
No.
Oh.
I think his name in the movie is actually Alex.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
We had a guy on the text line trying to bet you $300.
No, it's official.
Oh, it's happened.
Mm-hmm. I told him it's good. I said the Chiefs would win more than 9 games, and I put $300 on it. I am scared.
Wow. Okay, let's go.
4-3.
Yeah.
I think 9 is no. They got to go
9's
5
a
and 2.
push?
Yeah, no, there's no push. It's more than 9.
More than
They
9.
got to go 5 and 2.
Okay.
So it's 9.5 technically.
Yeah.
Hey, word is bond.
So you think they're going to win 10 games and just barely miss? Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that's
I
fair.
think it's going to look like the Royals season, like I said before.
That's fair.
I think there's a lot of similarities to the way the Royals season went and ended, kind of similar to where this Chiefs team is headed and where it could end. Fatigue plays a factor. Bob dives into that. Plus, Dayton Hughes gave us some very good audio that we will also replay for you here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I've been telling you about my friends over at Newton James, and I just can't talk enough about how awesome the folks are over at Newton James. And if you're wondering, Newton James, well, it is a clothing shop, guys, and you need to get in there right now at 80th and Metcalf. And they have everything you could possibly want. If you're looking something for golf, they've got that. If you're looking for something to look good at working, they've got that as well. If you're looking to add that cool casual look, Newton James has that as well. And they've got all the great classic heritage brands from the United States and the United Kingdom. And it's one of the coolest places that I've ever been. And it's really done a lot for me, not just to help my wardrobe out with some great new jeans and some pants and some shoes and a sweater as well, but it's also helped my self-esteem because I went into Newton James. I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to look good in some of these cool clothing items. And then Chad, the owner, put the clothing items on me and let me try all this stuff on. He goes, see how good you look, man? Have that confidence. And Newton James has given me that self-confidence to look awesome again, not only in the great clothes, but with my weight loss journey as well. I am looking good for the first time in a very long time. I feel great about the clothes I'm wearing, and it's all because of the great folks over at Newton James. So go check them out in downtown Overland Park at 80th and Metcalf. Like I said, all the classic heritage brands from the United States and the United Kingdom in one place. It's Newton James.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we help this patient.
Hi, this is Doug. I'm a patient with Heartland Men's Health. I've been doing low T treatment for just under a year now. I've always dedicated my life to work. I've always found the time to go to gym. I'm 46 years old. My energy level has been on a roller coaster. With work, when we would have like long, stressful meetings, I would notice that I was very exhausted and drained afterwards. And with the low T treatment, I'm not as stressed. I started to feel a lot more level-headed. The roller coaster kind of went away. I think Heartland Men's Health, they really have it figured out. The professional staff, I think it's a wonderful treatment for men of any age. And it's definitely a benefit I'm going to continue.
Thank you. It's true. Your initial appointment includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
What's up? It's Draymond Green. I'm back for my 14th NBA season, and my podcast, The Draymond Green Show, is back too. This season, I'm breaking down games, reacting to the biggest NBA stories, and sitting down with teammates, rivals, and culture shapers. And trust me, I'm not holding back, on the court or on the mic. 2 new episodes every week, new segments, big conversations, real basketball talk for the real hoop heads. Listen to and follow The Draymond Green Show wherever you get your podcasts. We're back, we're better, let's get it.
Step into a world where substance meets style. Newton James, Kansas City's newest classic menswear and accessories boutique. They redefine what menswear should be with pieces from designers like Ralph Lauren, Sid Mashburn, Grayson, and more. They'll have you covered from the boardroom to the golf course. At Newton James, they believe someone has to be the best-dressed man in the room. It might as well be you. Located in downtown Overland Park or newtonjames.com. Elevate your wardrobe. Elevate your presence only at Newton James.
Get ready, Missouri. Kickoff is near. The world's largest sports book is coming to your fingertips. Circa Sports. It's sports betting the way it should be. With high and transparent app limits, low holds, and exceptional customer service. Start betting like a pro in Missouri on December 1st. Learn about your new bookie today at circasports.com. The world's largest sports book at your fingertips. Circa Sports launches December 1st.
Today, expect a sunny day with a high of 65.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this.
Back here on 96.5 The Fan. Somebody says, Dusty needs to never say he was the throat goat. Trust me on this. What was your high school nickname, Dusty? No, that was not it. My high school nickname was Pigeon because I shot basketball shots with pigeon toe, which is a common thing.
Yeah.
You know this.
Yeah.
You bang chains, Mac. You know what it's like.
My nickname was Funny Round Man.
Huh.
That's nice. That's still the same now?
Pretty much.
I'm just kidding.
Did they just play
Not as funny anymore.
When you walk through the hallways, it was like the dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun-dun. Here comes the round ball walk.
Yeah.
He's rocked up. He's thick.
Oh, yeah. Somebody says, yesterday, many Bronco fans were wearing championship shirts from last year, or from years ago. Maybe the Chiefs got their act together and go all the way. Let's hope. Well, we'll see.
Well, no, look, that's a good text because if you got it, you got it. If you don't, you don't. Let's see we'll see what they're really made of, guys. We really will. We'll see what this organization under Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid is really made up over the next 7 games. We've seen a lot of greatness. It's easy to win when things are going your way. Now things aren't going your way. You have to fight. Let's see what kind of fighters they are.
Yeah, like what, I guess before we get into the content, like what will What will a game Sunday prove to you that they've figured things out? Just a win?
That's all it is at this point in time. I don't really care how it looks. Just get wins. That's kind of how I felt all season long, all year long, all dynasty long with this. I don't care what it looks like. Just get wins. Find ways to get wins. And they're just not doing that right now. They're not finding those ways to win games like they used to. And, a lot of it could be back to fatigue and thinking about the way that this roster was built, because I'm sitting there and I'm really struggling with, what's wrong with this team. Well, number one, they're a very undisciplined team. That goes back to coaching. Number two, their play calling hasn't been great by abandoning the run. That goes back to coaching. But also, too, you've got a quarterback out there that wants to play hero ball now all the time, because Patrick Mahomes, to me, as great as he is, he still has his faults, which we all do. No matter what it is that you do, you still have your faults. I feel like Patrick Mahomes is that guy, and I'm dealing with it right now with my high school kids, right? It doesn't work. I'm done. I quit. I'm out. I'm not doing it this way. Handoff 1st and 10, gain a yard. I'm out. I quit. I'm not doing it this way. 65 yards to dirt. Like my dad always used to tell me, Eli Manning's best wide receiver was dirt. Eli to dirt. Eli to dirt, right? Kind of what we're seeing with Patrick Mahomes right now with these deep balls. The timing isn't there. It's just not working right now. It's a lot of Mahomes to dirt. And so just because it doesn't work on that first play doesn't mean you don't try it again, and you don't try it again. Like, we've lost persistence in this world, I feel like. Just because it didn't work the first time, we quit now and just do completely the opposite. So I don't know deep down inside how Patrick Mahomes is truly going to respond, how Andy Reid's going to respond, how Chris Jones is going to respond, how Travis Kelce's going to respond, because we've never seen him in this type of situation. And when people are putting in situations that they've never been in before, you really see growth, you see true character, you see how they are as human beings. We're going to learn a lot about these guys over the next 7 weeks of the season. Are they front runners, or are they actually people that can rally the troops and get this thing taken care of when they need it most? It's time to go out there, Patrick, and be that leader. It's easy to lead and win Super Bowl. Easy to do that. This is where you really become a leader. This is where you really become a team. This is where you really show your true colors. Everybody's against you now. Everybody's throwing dirt on your grave. Go out there and prove everybody wrong. Do you have what it takes?
Oh, and I know he does. It's just, is he going to go do it? And the answer to your question, Dusty, because, Bob, you're saying, win the game, that's what matters. And you're right. At this point in the season, there really is not much else. They
Style
have
points
to
never
win
matter.
the game. But at the end of the day, they won those games last year, and it didn't matter at the end of the day because they weren't actually as good as a lot of those wins. Sure, they were able to pull some stuff out of their ass and got lucky here or there, and some good scouting on a blocked field goal. But that team, when it down to brass tacks against another really good team, wasn't nearly as good. They weren't ready. They got punched in the face, and they weren't able to step up. And so that's why, yes, the win is the most important. But to answer your question, Dusty, I need to see some changes as far as consistency in the offense, rhythm, personnel choices. Who is that third wide receiver? And it doesn't even need to be, it is Hollywood Brown, it is Tyquan Thornton. But 3 or 4 guys getting 20, 25% of snaps isn't going to cut it. How can you get into rhythm? How can you gain trust? How can you gain chemistry with anyone if you're not actually on the field? So Mahomes needs to know who his fourth guy is behind 487 and number 1. And then past that, I want to see running the ball. You mentioned more than 13 carries. That's one fact. More than 13 carries this Sunday, I will feel better about it than last Sunday.
Well, but more than 13, but more, I need a 50-50 split. I do at this point in time. I need to see them keep, everybody has told us this week. We've heard it from 3 different NFL players about the predictability of this team, okay? That's a big word that's being thrown around right now. And what was it, Danon that even said, even if you're under center, they're not respecting the run at this point in time. You need to go overboard and run the football until they tell you to stop running the football and then continue to run the football more, because what you're doing to yourself, these are all self-inflicted. We've given Andy so much credit because of how good he is. This is an area where Andy struggles, and it's okay. That's what we all struggle in certain areas. We all are good at our jobs, but we're not good at this part of our job, or maybe we're not good at that part of our job. I think right now the part that Andy is truly struggling with is realizing that other than 87, there's no chemistry with Patrick Mahomes and anybody else on this field. Maybe Tyquan Thornton, maybe to an extent, but there's nobody else that's got chemistry with Patrick Mahomes right now. So you can see that's developing right before your eyes. Take that pressure off of Patrick Mahomes. Let them run the football. The more that you run the football and the more that you show the opponent you're going to run the football, the easier the passing game becomes. It's elementary. It's football 101.
I don't think you're going to get the 50-50 split just because 2 teams do that. Philadelphia is 50-50, and then Seattle's the one team in the league that runs the ball more than they pass.
Where do those teams reside right now?
In the NFC.
First place?
Yeah, they're both doing well.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I think you could look at it bigger. The bottom 10, none of these teams have great wide receivers, great passing games. They have to do this.
I don't know what like the type of win is, but I think if they win and they're in control for the whole game, I think that gives you some sort of indication, because they are playing the Colts. And as much as we consider, I think we've all done this, we don't think the Colts are we think they're fraudulent to what they appear to be. I don't think that they are a fraud per se.
Right.
But I don't know if they are a dominant 8-2 team that's going to make a bunch of people nervous when it comes to January. But if you go into this game and, the defense holds Jonathan Taylor, and we know that Daniel Jones has fumbling problems, and the Chiefs take advantage of that. They don't turn the ball over. Mahomes looks crispier on his throws. Guys are getting open. They look like they're playing as a team. Because I am in fear of this, fellas. I really am. That an implosion from the inside is inevitable if it does happen in the way that we don't want to see it happen on Sunday. If Jonathan Taylor does what Jonathan Taylor does, and it's one of those like bad memories from when Tiki Barber torched the Chiefs defense for like 200 plus rushing yards and you just can't stop it and you see the writing on the wall, those sideline tantrums that we've seen in the past are going to be more than just one person. It's going to be more than just Kelsey pissed. It's going to be more than Mahomes pissed. And I don't know, because we haven't seen it. And I think right now I understand that in 2015, the Chiefs had a 5-5 record. I believe that was the record in 2015. They were a 5-5 team at some point.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have the built-in success and the high times and the fun times that they had been riding that they have the last 8 years that this team has had. And we do know, and we have seen that this team, they lose worse than they win.
Yeah.
If that makes
Yeah,
sense.
no,
Like,
100%.
They do not like to lose, and I know no one likes to lose. But like you saw the dismay that the Ravens were in this year. When Lamar, was he hurt? Was he not? How did they handle the situation? Was he going to play? Was he not going to play? You'll be fine. You'll do all this. And now the Ravens are just like, we'll be okay. Lamar will be back. The North isn't that bad. We'll be okay. And there wasn't really a whole lot of like throwing of helmets and showing all of that. Well, the Ravens haven't had the success the Chiefs have had. They don't know what it's like to be at the top consistently and have everything go your way more often than not. And when it doesn't go the Chiefs' way, they show a lot of frustration that we have seen. And then people, obviously the teams that everyone hates is Kansas City Chiefs, the national media, and they'll point in on the frustrational outbursts. But like, that's why I think it is important to win this game and have control of this game, because we're starting to see we're running RPOs. We need to run the ball hard more. Mahomes, just what Klingler told us yesterday, sitting in the locker room, just staring, not talking. Travis Kelce saying, I'm not talking to anybody. I don't want to talk about anything today. Sorry. Well, again, it goes back to what we always have said. It's always easy and fun to talk when the times are high, but when the times get low and the frustration settles in, who's going to talk then? And not a lot of people wanted to after that game against Denver, and now you get the Colts that come into town trying to stay alive for the number 1 seed with those Denver Broncos, and they see that the Chiefs are vulnerable, and they see that what the Chiefs did to James Cook, and I think we can all agree that Jonathan Taylor is better than James Cook. They're going to take that same method because they do have a good offensive line. And I hate to bring this up as well. Ty Warren is a really good tight end.
Yeah.
And he might be a problem. And I just want to see if this team can handle this adversity, go into this game at home at noon against an AFC team, and can they control this game and win this game? Because if they don't, you're 5-6, and then everybody's probably joining me on the conversation.
Yeah, it's a different conversation, if they don't win this football game. And that's why we're really going to find out about their true character and what they're made of. But also, too, we do forget that this has been a long, long, long journey. And I'm not here to sit and make excuses for this football team. But my friend Ben, who's got ties to Buffalo, sent me this cut yesterday of Steve Tasker talking about what halftime was like for the Buffalo Bills in their 4th consecutive Super Bowl. They were winning this game at halftime. And this is what Steve Tasker said. I think there's a lot of people with that mindset right now here in Kansas City. We're waiting for bad things to happen, and then when it does, it's like, oh yeah, we knew that was going to happen, right? And I think maybe some on the team may have that effect, but I think what we're dealing with now is a team that potentially is exhausted, and we've talked about that for years, playing this extra year essentially. You know, the Royals were exhausted after 14 and 15, playing an extra month of the baseball season when everybody else is resting. Good problems to have, penthouse problems to have. But also, too, when you're evaluating your roster in the offseason, maybe you do need to make some harder decisions about letting some people go that have been here throughout all of this and get some fresher legs in there right now, because it sure seems like this is a team that is just absolutely tired. Danon Hughes heard that earlier, and he weighed in. Mac, do you have that?
Yeah, I get you. Let me. Yeah.
He said he had it, so that's why I asked him.
On the Troubles in Paradise, or you want to talk about the...
Do you got it, Mac?
Okay.
You know what? That is great perspective. I can see how that works. When you play the most football of any team in the NFL, you have to wonder, okay, well, is there some attrition that happens? What is the dynamic that goes into maybe not being fatigued, but figured out maybe, or lack of extra gas in the tank that got you to that point?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's some credence to that.
Yeah, and I think so too, both from a mental and a physical side, because no matter what you do for a living, that mental exhaustion sucks, man. You know what that's like. And I can see that in these guys. They do look tired. And it's not an excuse, but it needs to be a factor when you go into the offseason this year and say, maybe we do need to part ways with some of these guys that have been here for a little bit of time that maybe have kind of hit that proverbial wall of playing in an entire extra season. I know a third of the roster turns over every single year, but maybe it needs to be a little bit more than that this offseason.
Some possible trades could happen, too, with all the signings they just did.
Where do you see fatigue?
All the signings who just did?
The Chiefs just did in the offseason. All those signings, those could be trades.
I see what you're saying.
This offseason.
Yeah, I mean,
you could get assets back for those players.
There could be, yeah, absolutely. And there should be movement every offseason. You know, JJ talks about being more transactional. I love the transactional side of things to try to get better.
I guess my question is, where do you notice fatigue?
That all over. I look at like Hollywood
Even
Brown
coming off of a bye week?
Yeah. I mean, it just looks like Chris Jones looks tired to me, right? Travis Kelce looks tired to me too now. I mean, it's late in the season. Mahomes
and they both
frustrated,
but they both had their best games
I know.
of the season.
I just think they're all exhausted. I really do. I think fatigue does play a big time factor in all of this. You know, whether it's getting that extra oomph of effort that Danon talked about today too. I mean, he talked about the effort. He goes, it's not the X's and O's. It's more of an effort thing, really, than it is an X's and O's thing. When he was kind of talking about that earlier.
Yeah, I can do that for you. But I don't know.
Yeah, sure. It was a disappointment last night. They fought their hearts out, you know, and had too many mistakes. I mean, that's.
Sorry.
I would have thought that the bye week would have done a lot for that because we talked about this last week in regards to self-scouting, et cetera, and I just don't know. I mean, I thought during the game, one of the more peculiar sequences was, I believe it was 3rd down and 2, where they had the L formation in the backfield, and Patrick had play action, and we couldn't convert. They tried to leak Brashard Smith out to the right on a flat route. I thought that was pretty peculiar because with Brashard Smith in the backfield and play action, I don't know how that goes together because we're not really handing him the ball. So, like, those are the situations where you would think, okay, the bye week was here. We learned a lot about ourselves. Here are some things that we need to do. Either we need to hand him the ball more so that we can run play action, or we need to have Kareem Hunt in the game so that people will buy into the possible play action.
Yeah, I mean, you know, Danon also went on to talk about, you know, the way that people are efforting, you know, and I go back to that. Like, effort is a mindset. Effort is all about you. You control your effort. And so that's up to you. But sometimes if you're exhausted, your effort just goes out the window. And I don't know exactly who. I don't know exactly what. I mean, if you really want to know my honest opinion, it's a head coach quarterback problem right now. I don't know what else to say. And it's hard to say that because they're the two at best at what they've done for all these years. But who's messing up the most that we can clearly see with our eyes? Patrick can't hit people in stride. He's throwing behind people. He's throwing interceptions in the red zone. Andy Reid has given him too many options and not condensing this thing down to running the football and whatnot. So, I mean, ultimately, like you sit there, you struggle with this team because you don't know what's wrong because nothing individually looks wrong. But at the end of the day, the two that aren't doing their best this year are the quarterback and the head coach.
And that's why we asked Dana if there was trouble in paradise.
It's hard to say. I mean, honestly, it's hard to say. I think there's always been examples of, okay, was that a little bit too cute? Did we try a little bit? Like, we can go back to that AFC championship when we lost against the Bengals. We can go back to games, and specifically you look back, okay, inside the 5-yard line. Okay, how come we're not running the ball? Or, I just don't know. I think here's the one thing I do think. When everything's going well, we don't criticize. Last year, we were just thankful because we kept winning, and this team must be made of magic. They must be in line to make history. And maybe we overlook some of the things that are more glaring right now, and because we're losing games, we can see it. We got more clear vision in regards to what's happening on the field.
I don't necessarily, I'm not trying to go against you. I just don't care about the fatigue.
I understand that. And that's what a fan should say.
And I think, to me, there are many more eye-opening flaws than saying that they are tired. I mean,
you don't want to hear that, but that is reality. And I understand
Sure
that.
is, but-
Fans don't want to hear that. I get that.
No, I mean, that's just how I truly believe. I think that they are predictable. I think they are stale. I think they have lost the fear from other teams. I don't think teams see 1587 and Big Andy coming out of the tunnel and going, oh, God, there they are. I think they've lost that factor, and I think it's evidently obvious because they've seen more of it. I think there's just so much out there, and the Chiefs have just always been able to continue to do that. Last year they won 12 one-possession games. This year they have yet to win one. And it's not like it's just, to me, that's not where fatigue is playing. And to me, what's being played into is that you're not the big bad kid on the block. You've been punched in the face multiple times. People know your vulnerable spots. People know what you're going to do. Knowing what the defense is going to do on 3rd and 15 doesn't tell me that they're tired. It tells me that they're predictable and that people know what they're doing. And
I think it's all factored in, though, too. I think it's predictable. I think it's exhaustion. I think it's tiredness. I think it's just lack of, I'm done. I think there's some of that as well. I mean, you mentioned the bye week and the predictability nature of all this kind of stuff. Why wasn't that rectified in the bye week?
Yep.
When you had a player tell you on another team that you were predictable as to what you're doing on offense, and we all went, oh, he's a rookie. What does he know? Ha, ha, ha. That should have been the biggest eye-opening thing that you saw. And then we come out of the bye week, and Chris Jones is talking about the team being predictable. Derek Johnson is talking about the team being predictable. I'm watching the game with Justin Reed. He knew what everything was going on. Like that's 3 different people.
It goes back to, like, if a restaurant changes their recipe of something that's been there for years and 15 people have noticed, but the restaurant's like, yeah, well, we're kind of changing. Don't change. Go back to what you did that made you good. And whatever that is, they've got to figure that out. And I don't know if it's communication between head coach and quarterback, if it's quarterback's got to realize that he's got more time than he does in the pocket. Film gets broken down on Monday nights and Tuesday afternoons, so you see it all the time where there was a play last week where Travis threw it to Kelsey out of pure panic, and he threw it behind him, and he had Thornton. If he'd have just waited, Thornton was open down the field, and that's a throw we've seen Patrick Mahomes make all the time.
How many times has he missed Travis Kelsey wide open when he's in that same game? He's trying to go deep to Thornton. He's got Travis Kelsey wide open underneath. Oh, I should have taken that one. Like, he to me, like, that's why this conversation is not easy, because you look at this team, you're like, oh, they do this good, they do that good, they're better here, they're better. Like it doesn't make sense. This team does not make sense right now. Their record does not make sense for where they are, other than the self-inflicted errors that they've done way too much this year, and the quarterback being off, and the head coach not calling the right plays. Like, that's to me what it comes down to, because they're not playing bad football. They've got good football players, but it's just not all clicking. It's missing on certain things, and I do think that's where the exhaustion factors in. I do think that's where the tiredness factors in.
I think they're thinner than we gave them credit for.
And maybe that's
This
a good point,
roster is
too.
little,
yeah.
not as deep as maybe we all, including myself, touted that it was.
And that's fair. I mean, like, we've gotten really nothing out of the draft class so far this year.
Josh Simmons, that's it.
Yeah, Josh Simmons has been fantastic. But other than that, you should get something out of your one. Everybody else, you got to get some stuff out of. They got to be roster additions for you to save you money on the salary cap.
Yeah, there were
whatnot.
no offseason additions that have helped either.
No.
Outside of the draft, Christian Fulton, nothing. I mean,
Other than Josh Simmons, nothing they did this offseason has helped this team. And you're right, maybe they are a little thin at certain positions and could be a little bit deeper, obviously, along that defensive line. But again, how much does fatigue factor into that? We're like, I'll look at that tomorrow. I'm exhausted. Or like, I know just from being outside that locker room in the Super Bowl how exhausted people were. I mean, I can tell you how exhausted Brett Veach was after that game. Mentally, physically. It was, those guys.
Get a Celsius. Let's go. Get some black coffee. I don't know what to tell you, man.
Were the Patriots exhausted?
They went 10 years without doing anything.
Only 2 years.
10 years without winning.
Yeah,
without winning.
But the Chiefs haven't missed the playoffs yet.
Totally. I'm with you.
They haven't missed the playoffs yet. But, every team goes through this. Like, 8 years of having this run is remarkable. But the Patriots always change their roster over. Mm-hmm. The only constant was Tom Brady. The only constant was Tom Brady. And I'm the guy that got kicked in the balls when I said trade everybody. How could you do that? You got to keep your roster fresh. You've got to keep your roster fresh. And all these guys have played a lot. They just don't look like the same team. And they're not being feared because teams are looking at them going, you don't have it this year.
We'll wrap this show up on the other side here on Fescoe and Dusty on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State Athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Golden Oak Lending, they have got an opportunity for you because they've got rates lowered to 4.50%. And other lenders are talking about high rates. Golden Oak is actually dropping their rates. And the average cash-out customer at Golden Oak Lending saves $1,104 per month. And right now, with their 4.50% fixed rate loan, you could save even more than that. But you've got to take that free mortgage checkup. And I'll tell you, we've been doing free mortgage checkups with Golden Oak Lending for the better part of a decade right now. And every time we do, they're awesome because you tell them all about you and your financial future and where you want to go and what you're trying to accomplish. Maybe you've got some, credit card bills that need to be paid off, or maybe home repairs, or maybe college tuition is coming due. You need some cash. Golden Oak Lending can help you do that. And the best part about refinancing with Golden Oak Lending, you'll go 2 months without having to make a mortgage payment. We're talking Valentine's Day before you have to scratch that mortgage check. So get in touch with Golden Oak Lending today and take that free mortgage checkup. No paperwork, no credit card required. Just a phone call. 913-890-GOLD. If they got a new loan for you that's better than the one you're in, great. They'll let you know about it. And if they don't, they'll never put you in a mortgage that isn't better than the one you have right now. So call them today, 913-890-GOLD. Golden Oak Lending, 5.442 APR, FHA, 15-year, 20% equity, qualified credit, additional terms apply, MLS 114937.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line. You could be on the 50 at GEHA Field for the official coin toss at a Chiefs home game this season. Enter to win at Chiefs.com/GEHA. GEHA is the proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs.
It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now, all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
Hi, I'm Nick. And I'm Adam. We started Legacy Box so that family memories would be safe and could always be enjoyed together.
And starting now, we're offering listeners early access to our best deal of the year during our $9 tape sale.
1 million families and counting have trusted Legacy Box to convert their aging media because Legacy Box is safe, simple, and affordable.
From fading over time to risks like fire and water damage, your videotapes, film reels, and photos aren't protected unless they're on a digital format.
With the holidays approaching, Don't wait. Simply fill your legacy box. We'll take care of the rest.
It's the most meaningful thing you can do this holiday season, and the perfect time during our best sale of the year.
Visit legacybox.com/value to get early access to our Black Friday sale and digitize your memories for only $9 a tape. Visit legacybox.com/value. legacybox.com/value.
Is your everyday congestion preventing you from enjoying life's big moments? Try Vicks Sinex Saline today and get yourself back in the action. Vicks Sinex Saline instantly clears everyday congestion with a gentle ultrafine mist. Sinex Saline's drug-free, no-mess formula instantly moisturizes and soothes dry, irritated nasal passages for quick and effective relief. Get back to enjoying life's big moments to the fullest without having to worry about everyday congestion holding you back. Just Sinex, breathe, use as directed.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
Ready for action, hockey fans? BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, is giving players another reason to lace up and hit the ice this season. BetMGM is adding extra excitement to the goals, the checks, the faceoffs, and the breakaways with special promotions, new features, and more. Log in throughout the season to find odds boost tokens, no sweat tokens, and parlay boost tokens in your account to amplify your winnings. Enjoy enhanced product features like Dark Mode 2. Log into BetMGM, an official sports betting partner of the NHL, all throughout the hockey season to see what's new. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards vary and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
He's electric on the field. Now, Xavier Worthy's giving back off the field. Join him December 15th at the Intercontinental KC for Uncork for a Cause. Wine, food, and football fun, benefiting the Worthy Ones Foundation. Get your tickets now at uncorkkc.com.
Bob got tired, left the show. He's been doing it for 15 years. Fatigue is a factor. I'm kidding. I just thought that was well played.
Awesome.
I'm tired.
No, that's good.
Can't be number one this long. I don't even know. Back here on 96.5 The Fan, Mac Morey, Bob Fescoe, Dusty Likens with you. I have to ask you a question because it's fantasy related. We've got a little time because Dad's not here.
Oh, yeah.
Is Christian Watson a must start from now on?
100%.
Okay.
Couple weeks
I've had
ago-
him and I've stashed him, and I'm like, do I flex Watson or do I flex like a Zach Ertz type player? Because I have Theo Johnson, George Kittle, and Zach Ertz, and I've just been doing the tight end flex strategy.
Okay.
But I also have Christian Watson, and like this last game I know was against the Giants, but like we're starting to see like that's Love's anchor.
I think is this 2 weeks or 3 weeks now? Ever since he's gone back, I think it's 3 weeks. And I remember when he got back, after the first game, I was like, dude, I watch every Packers game because I'm a Jordan Love guy.
Yeah.
The trust was instantly there. Like he wants to throw him the ball deep. He can go up and get it. And I think we all kind of collectively forgot that, hey, Christian Watson's pretty good. Like he's 6'4", he's fast, he's strong.
High point specialist.
Yes. So like I think you're right. I think that's it. Because
I wanted the Chiefs to draft him out of Notre Dame.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I understand.
Like I dare you at the end of the show to just tell Binkley in his ear when he puts his headset on, did you think Christian Watson could have been a good Chief? Hey, man.
Don't do that to Alex. That is not fair to Alex to do something like that to get Binkley. He's already upset. The Hy-Vee app was down today because of the worldwide outage of the internet.
Did he get his beer?
Our guy Maloney was on it because Maloney was going to do a nice thing for somebody today, and he was going to get Binkley beer, and he texted Binkley, and then Binkley immediately said, It's back up and running. Orders in.
Okay, good. All right, good. So Maloney was going to come over here with some brew for
What could be
Jay.
going on out there? Specs eating
know.
a protein bar. Binkley's doing the point.
Yeah.
Look at him. Got it right in his face.
He is. He had a thumbs up. It wasn't the point. He's thumbs up Inspector out there right now.
Point one.
Is there a marriage that is better than Binkley and Maloney though? I mean, seriously, when you think about it, like those two bulls in a china shop, man. I'll tell you what, they're going busting everything in sight and then leaving. Maloney told me the other day he was up in Lawrence for his friend of theirs passed away, and so they were at a celebration of life. And like all his old fraternity brothers were like, dude, they rip on you all the time. It's awesome. But Maloney, that's the kind of guy that guy is, right? Heard that Binkley couldn't order his beer this morning because of an internet outage, and Maloney was going to bring that dude a six-pack. That's a good man.
It's a good guy right there.
That's a good person right there, man.
Damn straight.
I'm dropping everything. Where are you going? Binkley needs beer. All right.
You offered me your grill as nicely as you did.
Yeah.
Didn't have a truck. Maloney said, I got you. Let's go get it. I'll
He
help
doesn't
you.
really do much during the day. That's fair. I mean, he really doesn't. What are you doing today?
Yeah.
I'm going to go eat.
He's giving me shirts.
Yep.
He gave me a neon light for my garage.
Same here.
So, yeah. He's
Yeah,
good. dude.
he's the best guy in the world.
And he
I'm
will-
being serious about that. He's the best.
And he will knock somebody the F out.
Oh, yeah, he will. Except, well.
he's an angry Irishman.
Call him Don sometimes. He responds well
I
to
don't
being
think I'm
called
going
Don.
to.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to do
He's
that.
the Don of bars, right?
Okay. I was thinking Dom, like Big Dom.
No, not Big Dom. Which that guy is unbelievable. Still watching him on the sidelines.
He was at the WWE event last night.
So was Cam Scattaboo.
I kind of saw that. I'm like, man, if I'm the Giants, I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, he pushed the rest of them. They all came and attacked him, and he went backward.
Like he was in the crowd mugging people. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be one of those get in your playbook guys that, because I can't. I know there's life outside of sports. Some people don't seem to understand that. But again, you're in it.
He was at the UFC event.
Yeah.
Sitting next to like Hasbulla. I saw that. Then he was at WWE Raw.
Yeah, last night.
And then he was at the Giants game on Sunday. So he went from UFC to Giants game to Raw. Dude, what else are you going to do?
Well, he's like Maloney. What else are you going to do? I might as well go to these things. Maybe we got an extra ticket to Nathan's wedding.
Still can't get rid of that. Binkley tried to sell his ticket like it was a game day ticket.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't take my spot, Rob. They'll never know.
Yeah.
I think they might.
They might, yeah.
I think they might.
You're a friend they invited to their wedding. They don't know who this man is.
Also a coworker with a guy getting married.
Right.
Hey, that's not Jay.
Yeah. It kind of looks like him with that bald dome.
Oh, man. So
Binkley trying to sell his invitation to the wedding is still peak. I mean.
So I think we can put the therapy sessions away with the Chiefs and move on to Indianapolis.
Yep.
That is what tomorrow will be. Obviously, we'll have Binkley on at 6:45. He'll be loaded with some stats. But it is, again, on to the next one. It is Indianapolis. It is Jonathan Taylor. It is Daniel Jones. But for all of you that say that Daniel Jones is really going to come into Arrowhead and beat this Chiefs team, Jim Harbaugh did it.
Yeah.
I mean, it can happen. But it is time to move on. We've had 2 days to reflect on what was that game against Denver. We know where this team currently sits. And at this point in the time of the season, I am the guy at the table that crosses the leg, puts the hands on the hips, said, all right, prove me wrong. Because I don't think you're a playoff team. And until you can show us that, we'll find out. Because it's time to move on to the Indianapolis game.
I'd like them to prove me right and say that they are a playoff team and not just give up on the rest of the year. Let's see what kind of fights in you the next 7 games.
You want a shot at the title, Jack? Ball's in your court, Indianapolis. Go do something nice for somebody. You never know. It could change their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Stay kind, stay groovy.